Hey guys, so I released a little test thing that I want you guys to test out for me, make sure it works for you too. I'm going to go over it right now. It is called Just Ball. Now this is something that's kind of like Ball Up, kind of like the AND1, where you have a bunch of open run games and then like an all-star game in a different setting. So the test one that I've put out right now is only with Rucker Park, but I mean obviously I can just swap out those courts really easily. I can swap out the uniforms really easily, make this look however I want. This is more of a proof of concept that I want help testing. So go to season mode after you load the roster. 14 games. Might as well turn off fatigue and injuries. We're going to do a fancy draft. And for the purposes of this video, we're going to go 1 minute quarters on everything. Alright, and you want to make sure you have your sim quarter length the same as the quarter length you're going to use, just because we have all these extra teams. You can choose any of the open run teams. Do not choose any of the do not choose teams because, well, they're not used, so don't choose them. Alright, we'll go ahead and choose Open Run 1, and as you can see, we're just going to go right into a fancy draft. Now, all of these players are taken from a generic, association. I simulated like 50 years ahead and just exported that roster into a regular roster. So we'll go ahead and just save and just let the assistant coach take care of this for us. The players are, they're good. Like I said, they came from a future game or association. And what's nice about this is, as you can see, there's a bunch of do not choose teams. So every time you do a fancy draft, you're going to end up with a different team, which was the goal. So we go into there. We can check out our roster if we want to. We got Mr. Incredible. Woohoo! I don't know what he does, but obviously he does something. And we got the Cobra. So some of these guys have nicknames. Some of them are actual for good reasons. Some of them are just for the hell of it and just throwing you off. Yeah, so we have 3 days here. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of February, just because of the All-Star Weekend being right here. So we'll go ahead and start off with the first game against one of the other open run teams. Now, as you can see, we just have basic uniforms. We can go ahead and change the color of the uniform. Red, blue, green, court purple, orange, or white. Let's just do random. Stop. And stop. So green and red, we have some Christmas going. So I'm open run number 1. Let's go ahead and start this up. So these players, like I said, came from a generic association. They're the players that I'm currently using in a generic version of Blacktop Revitalization. We'll go ahead and go to Game Settings, Rules. I don't see no ref. No, there's refs, I know. But we're going to make this go a little bit quicker. And we're going to go to Presentation. And we'll just do On the Court, because that's where we are. Except with no PA, because we don't have no PA. Maybe some PA. Why not? We'll have the PA on. And we'll go from there. No, go. Alright. So as we can see, we have our generic players. These are using the 4K uniforms that I created, again, for Blacktop Revitalization. Hopefully soon I'll be able to HD up these textures that are used for the generic players. So this is more like I said, the open run, where they have those games outdoors or in a lesser location than the All-Star game, like they do in AND1 and Ball Up, and then you get invited inside. Now, as it stands right now, the inside teams are only chosen from these open run teams. So there's no like NBA stars getting integrated into this just yet. I'm gonna figure out a way to try to get that in there. Just because I think that would be really cool. Gameplay wise, I did port over the NBA Street gameplay, so there should be a complete lack of help defense. Should be a pretty fast paced game, and obviously each of these guys are trying to get into that game, quote unquote inside, but it's actually just going to be the nighttime Rucker Park. So what I'm asking you guys to help me test with is more or less just making sure that the players chosen for the All-Star games, and both All-Star games, the rookie game and the All-Star game itself, are players from these actual teams. That's the main thing I'm concerned about. During my testing, every once in a while, I'd get players from the do not choose teams showing up in the All-Star game. I think I fixed it, but I mean, it was like 2 a.m. when I released that roster, so I didn't really get a chance to test it, but I want, having you guys test it is always easier. I mean, by the time I'm recording this, 45 people have already downloaded it, and I'm not expecting replies. I don't need a detailed bug report. Ooh, I can get an idea of what's going on here without detailed bug reports. As for stuff like the Bobcats crowd and obviously the commentary, ooh, he's crossing up, all that kind of stuff, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do to fix that. So yeah, we will see what I can do in the future. One's got 2, two's got 2. That's great. There are a couple of issues, of course, with these record parks. We get those ghost players that are on the court, but they're not in the court, and the ref won't inbound the ball until you get them off the court, and you gotta call a timeout and all that fun stuff. We will work on that, and I have an idea of how to fix those, but I'm not doing courses yet. And that's the whole point of all this, is to get this going so that I can start making courts again, so that I can create new original courts and have them just be plug and play, usable in all these different modes, and have uses for them. And what I really like with the generic players, get behind them. Beautiful, big man. What I like about having all these generic players is that you can kind of tell a different story with each court. So with Blacktop Revitalization, I have a pool of, I think it's 584 generic players, and then another 130 players from the NBA Street Mod, NBA players that have nicknames that I was going to include in with the Blacktop Revitalization crew, if you will. So you have the local players of each court, plus a couple of NBA stars that like to show up there and play pickup. Kind of a similar thing I'm going with here. Even though I have to use the entire database, there is that whole the do not choose teams taking up. There's only 8 active teams, so only a third of the database pretty much is being used in any given quote unquote season right now. So like I said, when I draft again, and since they do a random draft order, it could be a completely different team and crew that I go up against in these open runs. And you can choose any of those open run teams. 1, 2, 3 open run teams 1 through 4 are obviously, I think they're the East, and then open run A through D, I think, is classified as the West in game. So that's just the kind of background information, I guess, on this. And I was really hoping these games would be quicker with 1-minute quarters, but I forgot how long the mid-quarter breaks are and stuff. And I still have out of bounds on, so that's taking up time. Because these guys are good, but they're not great. They're not as good as the current NBA. It's definitely not death of the NBA level, but I think best. Come on, Jorge. Yeah, so what I guess I will do for this video is I will finish out this game, I'll simulate the other 2 open run games, and then I'll show you what goes on with All-Star Weekend. Sounds like a plan. So moving forward, obviously I have these penny uniforms, and I have plenty of shorts and everything to go off of, as you guys saw with the uniform creation templates, and I've got 180 textures and 90 uniforms I can use and swap out, and of course I can make my own, and that's the main thing. I'm going to be making my own. I'm going to have a bunch of penny uniforms that can be recolored like these runs are, because this is all using the same file for all those different colors. And then I'll have different shorts for the different penny types. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to change which shorts people wear based on what the hell's going on with his uniform. Based on what they're playing. So we'll have that limitation, but yeah, it's not that bad of a limitation. These look like open run teams. I mean, you look at, if you remember AND1, or if you watch Ball Up now, this looks pretty familiar, at least to me it does, where you just kind of see the kind of trashy open run games, and these are all people trying to get inside and into the main attraction indoors. And that's, like I said, that's the goal. This is what I'm trying to replicate here. And originally, this was supposed to be a part of Blacktop Revitalization, where you have Blacktop Revitalization, and you can play that, and then you go to season mode, and all of a sudden, you're playing this. So, that obviously didn't happen. It was just too much for the database to handle, but ain't no thing. Chicken Wing, Burger King. Oh my god. I love playing with generic players so much. Look at this form. Oh, come on, replay. Oh, that is just a goddamn thing of beauty. What's your name? Marshall. God damn, Marshall. And there's no intentional fouls, so this is going to be the end of the game. Oh, Preston! Game over, sucker. Preston, where are you? You're the only person that can steal the ball. And that's what I like too, is that you learn these players. You learn their names, you learn how they play, you learn their skills. Ooh! Damn it. Game. Damn it. But I mean, thankfully with this, it shouldn't mean that much that we lost the open run game. Hopefully we can still get some players on this team into the inside. And that's kind of the thing, though, is that since this is the All-Star weekend, it's not so much about taking a specific player to the big game. Come on. Why is this doing this? Is there a post-game interview? Did all of a sudden the PC version decide to do this? And this is why I need testers, because evidently something's going wrong here. God damn it. So that didn't count, did it? Modding. Alright, so let's go ahead and simulate all the way to the 22nd. And simulate all these games. So, we ended up winning it now. Awesome. So now if I go to NBA.com, go to awards, and the All-Stars, we should only see these grayed out teams. Where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, and A, B, C, D on this side. And as we can see, we got one guy, Lewis. Lewis got on the team. Good job, Lewis. And then Rising Stars. This is my concern. There weren't enough good rookies to get onto these Rising Star teams. And this is something that I'm thinking I could exploit. You know, bring in NBA players as these extra players, but I don't really know how I can get that to work with the fantasy draft. So, I mean, there's going to be multiple versions of this. There's going to be like the 14-game season that'll probably be like this. And then there will be the 29-game season, which might be different. And then, you know, I can always go back to the classical. Mr. Incredible had a dunk rating of 99. Well, he sure as hell didn't help me any. Damn. So we'll go ahead and go right to the All-Star game. Yeah, we'll sim that. Sim that. Sim that. Let's play this. So yeah, I was just saying something. Yes, the different season lengths will all do different things. So if you guys remember the Street Career, I may try to do something like that again, except with obviously with this kind of setup, with these two courts and all that. Learning how the different, what do you call them? I want to say just the different things. Learning how the All-Star teams work. There you go. Has really helped me, and I can really figure out how to take advantage of this. Come on, Shake and Bake. What you got? Are you a good dribbler? I'm assuming, since you're called Shake and Bake, and you're actually on the quote-unquote All-Star team. And I just used create a team, you know, basic create a team from 2K to make these uniforms. Just because I didn't want to make time to make my own uniforms last night. So yeah, this has a lot of potential. And this is what I was looking to, I guess, accomplish with all of the time and effort I've been putting into creating these generic players. and I want to integrate NBA players into this, so you can get kind of a little bit of like a, maybe even as far as like a Drew League and stuff, and and see how well I can do that. Because right now we're just trying to replicate AND1 ball up, but this database could very easily be adapted for Drew League and the Venice Beach League, all the other EBC even. Get it? Go get it! That's right. Because it'd be awesome to play this and then have the Black Mamba, Kobe, get dunked on by Leslie there. Or Mr. Perfect. And here we go. So this is the thing I was talking about. I know how to fix this. I just need to get to it and fix it. But if you go to instant replay, someone made subs. And now we don't have a player over here to inbound the ball. He's just standing right there, not moving. So that's something I do know how to fix. I will get there. I hope I know how to fix it, because that's really annoying with all the street courts for the 5-on-5 game. Did he move? He moved. We have him over here now, but is he actually there? Nope. So I'll use this as the end of the video. It's still very much work in progress, and it's mainly just because of Rucker Park's fault. The street mods, the street courts and stuff. But something I am planning to fix. So this was the just ball. It's kind of like ball up in AND1 with the open runs and all that stuff. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So test it out. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, there'll be different variations for the different season lengths. And it'll be this, Blacktop Revitalization, and NBA Street moving forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed playing it. And I will see you in the next video.